But this week, I might just put my own 2 cents in because Ryan invited me and my kids to a screening of The Croods, which we're going to get to in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, of course. You know that Ryan J is a nationally syndicated film critic, and he's here with 3 new movies opening this weekend. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
We won't rush you.
You know, I'm ready for anything, ladies. What do you have? What do you have?
Do you respond to something you've stopped doing to make yourself happier?
No.
Okay. Well, think about it. He's like, don't throw me off. He's like,
no, it's early.
We'll read your
You've been up since 3 a.m. doing radio.
Seriously, it's true.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
so let's talk a little bit first about Admission. Is this a dramedy?
This is the very definition of a dramedy, which is surprising because with Paul Rudd and Tina Fey, you think you're walking into a classical comedy.
For
but
sure.
It's interesting. It's about 80%.
Roll the tape.
80% drama and about 20% comedy, and when it is comedic, it's very funny. It's a good movie, but it's just a little quirky, and the theme of the film is strange. Paul Rudd plays a teacher who really is interested in getting his student into a specific college. Tina Fey is that admissions officer for this student, and there's a little bit of romantic chemistry there, but that's not the primary focus of the film, so it's not really a date movie or a rom-com, and it's just a real dramedy, and if you're in the mood for that kind of quirky, straightforward, slow-moving, it's good, but it's not a must-see. I found it more of a rental.
Maybe a Sunday afternoon couch movie.
Exactly.
When it comes out
is
as a
it
rental.
funny?
It
Are
is.
there times where it's actually funny?
It is. Like, I actually laughed out loud a couple times, and but it's rarely funny.
Okay.
It's more drama than comedy.
But did you honk?
No. I don't even know how to honk. Will you honk?
I'll let you know
If it's funny enough, she will.
Let's please move on to The Croods, because I so want to talk about this movie. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to take my kids to a movie. Ryan invited us. They'll love it, but I'm going to kind of tag along. I absolutely adored this movie.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like it was a total surprise. And Tiffany, I wish you could have been there. I think you would have liked it too.
For sure.
It's the best animated family films are those that will delight not only the children, but also the adults in the audience. And
totally agree.
This is a perfect example of that kind of film.
Okay.
And I laughed out loud. I actually teared up at one point. I want to know from you, did you cry at all? Did it get you at any point?
It definitely got to me, and there was a time, I'm not going to spoil it, where it did get, especially sitting there with my kids, where it just really touched me. But I'm going to help people out a little bit, because the dad, the guy in the caveman fuzzy vest thing, the whole movie, because I didn't know ahead of time, I'm like, who is that voice? Who's the voice of the dad? And it finally occurred to me, like 3/4 of the way through, that it was Nicolas Cage. And I actually wish I'd known that going into it, because I spent a lot of time like mentally wondering.
I know.
But let me just say that the girl in this movie, her name is
Emma Stone.
Eep.
Oh, Eep.
Yeah,
yes, the
character's Eep. Emma Stone is the voice. She is just so, she's like, yeah, girl. She's like tough, but she's funny, but she's sweet. I adored her.
She is a great character. She's as good as Merida was in Brave last year, which won the Academy Award. And I'm going to say it early. I believe, even though this is early on, it's only the 2nd animated film to open this year. It's a front runner for this year's Academy Award for the animated feature. It's brilliant. The environments, the 3D, the animation, the character development. We did laugh and cry. You know, it's such a complete film. Also, voice talents of Cloris Leachman and Ryan Reynolds. It's just a really fun movie.
Okay, so this is good for all ages?
Absolutely. Even if you don't have kids, like, you know, go ahead and see the movie.
And
it's
my
fun.
teenager liked it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's a test.
All right, the last one, Olympus Has Fallen.
Yes, this is an action movie starring Gerard Butler as Secret Service detail for the president, played by Aaron Eckhart, who we love. Remember,
I'm so excited for this, can I tell you? I've watched the trailer. I've been waiting for this one.
You're going to like it.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's a strong movie. It's sort of edge of your seat, action-packed, really exciting. It's scary seeing it today, though, because it's about, like, nuclear war threat and terrorism on American soil, and it's scary today because it could actually happen versus if this had come out in the 80s or 90s when we felt so secure in America. So it does have that sort of realism aspect to it. Great cast. In addition to those 2 stars I mentioned, it also has Morgan Freeman and Angela Bassett, Ashley Judd, Dylan McDermott, and they're all fantastic. It's a really good script.
Is there anything you didn't like about it?
Yes, actually there are a couple lines, like a couple comedic lines thrown into the story that are really inappropriate because they're sort of like trying to lighten the mood in those moments, and you don't want to because you're in the height and intensity of a really great action movie, and it sort of snaps you out of it in those moments, and they're cheesy. Now, if it works in a movie, that's brilliant, but it didn't here, so.
Okay.
No, is this one you think you should see on the big screen, or is this okay as a rental?
I'd say this is a big screen one. I mean, it's not the best movie ever, but it is sort of a blockbuster type quality. The action's really really good. The effects are good. It's kind of bloody and violent, but hello, it's terrorism.
Right.
So,
yeah. Okay, I like that. And people can read your full
one.
reviews, including of the movie Croods, because that's a good one to see on the big screen because it's 3D.
Definitely.
And super fun to take the whole family to. Go to RyanJReviews.com to get his full reviews. You can also follow him and like him on Facebook and on Twitter. And again, full movie reviews at his website.